It feels like the show of Moon Knight is trapped on Disney+. So we're talking about Moon Knight. Series just wrapped up on Disney+, and I gotta say, there's gonna be a lot of spoilers, maybe, I don't know. I thought it was great. I thought for sure it's the best Disney+ Marvel show so far. We're not counting Daredevil. We're not counting Punisher, Jessica Jones. This was the most coherent, well-written, well-acted, from start to finish of the Disney+ shows so far. Now, we gotta start with Oscar Isaac. This man is solidifying himself as one of the greatest actors in the world, and this show is really the Oscar Isaac show. I mean, it's called Moon Knight. To be honest, the character of Moon Knight is not really in that much of the show. There's like a little bit of Moon Knight action where he's throwing moonerangs at people, but a lot of it is Oscar Isaac, the two characters of Stephen and Mark, grappling with each other for control of this body. There's a lot going on in this show. It's very psychological. Even after seeing all the episodes, I still have no idea what was real, what was not real, which I kind of like. I also kind of wish I did know, but you know, we're not even sure if the characters know what's real or what's not real. Now we got this new guy, Jake Lockley. So here's the thing. I'm a pretty casual Marvel fan. Want to disqualify my opinions on all this stuff? Be my guest. I do that too. I disqualify my opinions all the time. I did not read the Moon Knight comic books. Now, I do like that this show very heavily inspired by the comic books. However, as someone who didn't read them, there is a lot here that I just straight up didn't appreciate because I didn't read the comics. And if I had read them, I'd probably be pretty appreciative because they pull a lot from the comics of Moon Knight based on what I went back and watched and read, and that's really cool to see because I don't know if you guys remember WandaVision, but there was that whole belief that Mephisto was the heart of all of it. And then after the show ended, the person who wrote it said they never heard of that character before. So it's a bit of a off and on track record in terms of how much the people in charge of these shows are actually reading the comic books at all. So it's cool to see a show that pulled from the comics a lot. On top of the Oscar Isaac performance, I thought Ethan Hawke was great. I really liked him. He was a great villain slash sort of good guy slash sort of in between. I don't know. Now he's dead. I get, maybe. Is he? How much of this was real? Take from this opinion what you will. It feels like the show of Moon Knight is trapped on Disney+. This feels like a show that they really wanted to make R, or this is TV-14. This is a pretty hard TV-14 show. There's a lot more blood than I thought they'd get away with. There's sort of a lot of violence, kind of. Let's talk about this right now. During this show, there's all those sequences where Mark, Steven, one of them will sort of black out, and when they come to, everyone around them is dead. I get it. It's Disney+, so they're not going to show Moon Knight just going to town on Ethan Hawke, just caving his skull in with an axe. It just kind of sucks to feel like we missed the action, because clearly there are several scenes that are very violent. I don't know much about Moon Knight. A friend of mine did tell me this is a violent character. So I think that's what makes this sort of feel like this is a character that's stuck on a Disney+ show versus a show made for Disney+. But I don't understand, going into season 2, that apparently Jake Lockley is the one who was doing all the murdering, when Steven or Mark would black out. So going forward, now that Jake is part of the show, or more obviously part of the show, how are they going to get around this? This is a violent character. I don't know. I don't want to get too caught up. I hope there's a second season. Does Oscar Isaac want to be on a TV show for, 3-4 seasons? He's mostly a movie guy. The shows that he has done have usually been miniseries. And I don't know if he wants to. I don't know how heavily he wants to commit to this character. This is a very in-demand actor. So how long will he stick around? I don't know. Okay. I thought the finale was fine. It wasn't great. These Marvel shows have a bit of an issue like sticking the landing. I thought the stuff in the mental hospital was like the best part of the show. If anything, I wish that was most of the episodes and they kind of sped through the like Moon Knight, Uncharted, Indiana Jones stuff because it was interesting. It just wasn't more interesting than the other stuff that they went into later. I guess my final like note on this show is some of the CGI in this show just looks bad. Like it takes you out of it. And look, all I'm gonna say is that when Green Lantern first came out and everybody clowned on that movie for having a CGI suit, what is this? Moon Knight. This guy has such a cool, I love the design of the suit. And it's really intricate, there's a lot of details. But the whole suit is CGI. That's kind of lame. Like, it's just kind of lame. I know that the functionality of the way the suit's supposed to work lends itself to being CGI. It's just that, like, I wish it wasn't. It would look so good, practical effects. Also, because the CGI is so bad, it's obvious. Could they have found a way to do it practically? I would have liked that. Okay, I'm not saying that, you know, Disney has to allow like a bunch of R-rated stuff, even though they already have the Netflix shows and those are all rated R, but whatever. Would it be so bad if Moon Knight was the one R-rated like Disney Plus original Marvel show that was rated R? Just one. I'm not asking for all of them. Just that if any show needs the R rating to really take it to the next level, please Disney, please let Moon Knight be that show.
I'm a hippopotamus, I'm fat and dangerous. If you don't understand, I might just bite your